And, well, also, Alicia is the hero, and the hero does get the girl, the hand of the princess, right? I mean, I'm not saying that I, want, like, a Yuri lesbian relationship between them, but, like, I'm not saying that, but, but I am kind of saying that. So, what do you want from me? Yuri is good. Yuri is best. If there's one thing the world needs, it's Yuri. Long live Yuri. Yo, boys and ladies, we are back on this fine morning to watch some more Clevatess. Episode 11. It is the second to last episode. We are getting close to the end. The end times are near. Previously, we're left off with the king being alive, without a head. The headless king. And he has taken the baby and is about to sacrifice it to the forge, which is very interesting. Immediately makes me think that perhaps the only reason the king is able to forge these weapons and whatnot is by sacrificing a child of the blood to the forge for it to work, I guess. Who knows? I guess we'll have to see. Obviously, it's very unlikely that they're going to kill a baby, but we can only hope. Because, come on, please, just kill the baby. It's no big deal, right? Kill the child. Now. Oh, jeez. The city isn't gonna...
What did you say? What do you mean, Headless King? Like of Haydn? Is Luna in danger? Glenn! Hero Alicia! Your Highness, what are you doing here by yourself?
There's no cause for alarm, but I had to speak with you, so I got away from my men in the smoke. I thought your squad had all been slain by Clevatess. Are any of the others here with you?
They aren't. It's just me here, Your Highness. Unfortunately, you're right. The others were lost.
That is a shame. And yet, I'm grateful that you're here, even if you're here alone. Hyderat doesn't have the manpower to do much more than stymie the Bolate forces within the city. With their magic and Drell's regalia, it's only a matter of time before they overwhelm us. You, though, you have a regalia of your own, and while I hate to count on you alone to stop him...
Of course I'll try. Your son, the Crown Prince of Haydn, he's alive.
He lives. How do you...
When he was discovered, he was wrapped in a cloth that bore the royal seal. Clearly he's pure-blooded. If he's not your son, I can't imagine who he would be.
My boy is alive. He made it out. I knew it. Where is he? Please, take me to him!
Rather my comrade took him to the royal forge.
Whatever for?
I'll explain later. I swear I'll bring him to you, so just get yourself somewhere safe.
Nowhere is safe! Princess though I am also that boy's one and only mother. I would follow you into the bowels of hell to see my son again.
I like that. Part of me started thinking, so usually in situations like this, in shows that kind of do this type of thing where a child is taken under the wing of other characters. So in this case, we have Alicia and Clevatess, and the child is kind of, they're taking care of the child, and Nell as well, right? They're taking care of the child. So usually, oftentimes, in situations like this, where a child is being taken care of by not their parents, usually, well, maybe not usually, but very often the parents end up being assholes. And I would imagine it's done so that, well, for multiple reasons. One, the child would have kind of even though it was a baby, but a tragic backstory, you might say. And the second thing is that if the parent is a good character, then it would make sense to just return the child to the parent. If the parent is good, there's no reason not to leave the child with the parent, right? Because that's the logical thing to do. That's the normal thing to do. right? But again, if the child is like part of the main cast, then it's like stories often make the parents evil or just bad so that the heroes who the child is traveling with have like good reason to keep the child around. This is why one of the reasons why I if you've seen The Mandalorian, good show, I suppose, the first 2 seasons at least, but at the end of the 2nd season, and I'm kind of gonna spoil this, right? Not entirely, so like don't worry about it, you're not gonna remember this, even if you haven't seen the show and you're going to watch it later, you're not gonna remember this, but basically, The Mandalorian is essentially traveling with the Baby Yoda, right? Most people know this. It's a baby, and the whole point is that the Mandalorian is trying to get this baby to safety because, there's people after the baby for reasons, right? And the whole point is that he's trying to get the baby to safety. At the end of the 2nd season, that kind of happens, right? It kind of happens where, or actually, was it the end of the 1st? I don't actually remember, but like at some point, that happens where the baby is safe, but they're like, well, the baby Yoda is kind of like an integral character at this point, right? So we don't want the Mandalorian and the baby to be separated, right? We want them to kind of continue journeying together, right? So it's like they're like, how do we fix this? And then, well, they do their Star Wars Force stuff, all kinds of shit, and then give a reason why, the child continues traveling with the Mandalorian. But in my opinion, it was kind of badly done. It doesn't really make sense to have the child continue traveling, be put in danger and stuff, just because you want the characters to continue traveling, right? It doesn't really make sense if the parents are good characters, right? So in this case, when it comes to this show, I half expected the mother to be kind of an asshole so that they would have a reason to keep the baby in the party, essentially. But it seems like she's pretty normal and caring and good. So, yeah. It is what it is. And, well, also, Alicia is the hero, and the hero does get the girl, the hand of the princess, right? I mean, I'm not saying that I, want, like, a Yuri lesbian relationship between them, but, like, I'm not saying that, but, but I am kind of saying that. So, what do you want from me? Yuri is good. Yuri is best. If there's one thing the world needs, it's Yuri. Long live Yuri.
Master of the Forge, I offer you this blood and flesh.
Interesting.
Halt. My first point of inquiry. Is that truly how you're supposed to hold a baby? Seems to me you're being awfully careless with him. Perhaps he's not your real grandson.
Of course he is my grandson. This is a child of royal blood. I could never mistake him.
Then why ever should you choose to kill him, headless Haiden King? I did not think it was the way of men to sacrifice their younglings so.
No, it is not. This body does not perform these actions under my own power. All is as the Forge wills it.
As the Forge wills it?
Those who would become king are here burnt to ash, and from the ash revived to take the throne. This has always been our way. Generally, this is all preceded by the naming ceremony, where their name is carved into the Forge.
So they get burned alive and then they revive somehow? Jesus Christ. And I thought the religious what's it called, baptism or whatever, was bad. You know, when they dip the baby into the water, right? I thought that was bad. I mean, oof.
Perhaps you are aware, this child is publicly known as Hydelius VI, but his true name is Toth. However, his naming ceremony was never held. His name never carved into the forge, and so it cannot compel him to leap inside. Thus, this body is being made to move instead.
So you too became ash, I take it, and were thus remade from within that thing? Is that why you no longer need your head attached?
My own son, this child's father, feared being called by the forge and ended his life. I had made the decision to tell him the truth before he became king. I offered him the choice to walk into a destiny of his own volition, but that was a mistake. Though he may wish it were otherwise, the fate of all things is decided at their birth. It must be brought to an end. The legend of the hero, from ash to king.
Well, rest in peace. It's done.
I must
Baby's
draw
dead.
out what is inside the forge. I must destroy the world.
I'll carry you the rest of the way. Hold on tight so you don't fall.
I will.
Where's the forge?
It's over there. But my husband said something to me before he passed. Something I couldn't forget even if I tried. The true heroes are gone. The heroes of today cannot defeat the lords of dark beasts. Why did he say they were gone? Why was he so sure they would not be victorious? What I do know is that we have 1,000 years of history and no record of a beast lord ever being defeated. And any records from further back are incredibly vague. So what is the legend of the heroes? What evidence do we have that defeating the 4 lords of dark beasts will open up the world? Who is responsible for this legend in the first place? I inquired, of course, but my husband never answered me.
The classic, I'm just not going to tell you, because I want to be mysterious and, you know, keep the information from future generations who might be watching this as a story.
I believe with all my heart, our kings have known and hidden the truth from us. And
Probably.
if I'm right, then my father-in-law knowingly sent the 13 of you to your deaths in those southern mountains. Even if there is some reason we can't stop this cycle, we need to acknowledge the truth and face it head-on. Or the tragedies we've seen will repeat again and again, with more innocent lives lost. I don't want my son to be that kind of king, Alicia.
I'm honestly not sure I understand all this. But regardless
And they're just
of the
lying.
truth of to seek out strength, to seek the unknown. I see our follies as a result of mankind's unstoppable desire to improve itself. And maybe that's due to my own misunderstanding of what a hero is. But I believe a hero is someone who faces their fate with optimism. It may not matter if you're human or beast. To be a hero, maybe that optimism is all it takes. And of course I want to avenge my father, but moreover, I need to defeat him to prove that I'm right. He can't win.
I like her want to just prove that she's right.
For your highness. In reality, I'm actually something of a weakling. Much weaker than Drell. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up on being a hero now.
It's done. You burned the baby to ash. What happens now, headless Haydn King? I thought he was supposed to revive from the ashes. Was that a lie? Or perhaps it has to be a real Haydn prince? Can a shadow not become a king?
You managed to swap the child when you grabbed my arm, didn't you, boy?
This should be interesting. The Forge was willing you to throw the child in, and I prevented you. What happens to your body now that you failed the entity pulling your strings? You should have known that a mere puppet stood no chance of beating a creature of free will.
And he gone.
Was he deemed useless by his master and dismissed? Who's next? Surely another foe will attempt to kidnap our little princeling. Was it your intention to immolate the both of us? I guess you didn't know that a brighter light casts a darker shadow. Master of the Forge, come out and face me.
Okay. Okay, we have a couple of problems here.
You must act now, and quickly.
Am I too late?
This time I'll stop you! Ice
Ryan,
Okay.
his regalia. Thought
Not
so.
bad. Not bad. He actually took him down. Kind of.
Commander Royes, I wish you the best of luck.
You're wasting your time, you fool.
You saved me. Can I assume we're on the same side here?
We'd better be, because if either of us faced him alone...
We'd never win.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Or so they say.
Oh, I see. If you use the combined might of two regalia, you think you can defeat me? While it's true that you are both powerful combatants, it won't matter. Your strength is measured by the standards of humankind. As it stands, you're no match for me. This ends now.
I guess one extra eye wasn't
Two
enough.
more eyes?
That's
Here
what
it
I was
comes.
saying.
Look out!
I wonder if there's a reason why the creature inside of him needs to be inside of him. And why he can't just do shit on his own. I guess he can just fly now.
Summon.
They fly now?
Your
They
ice.
fly now.
That big block of ice. Now.
Ice! Javelin!
You think you could hit me with such an obvious attack?
Man, she gone.
Ah!
That's it! This is everything I've got! He can't move! Finish him!
Descending dragon! Mountain ball!
These goddamn technique names.
Now?
Surprising. Bold, even. It's the kind of strategy a sword master would think of.
Except we just saw earlier. We just saw him exactly. We saw him blow into a bunch of blood, and he just revived. It's the sword.
Hero!
Alicia!
Just pull the hand back to you, like Thor with the hammer. Pull the sword with him as well.
They're nothing but empty vessels in the face of truth. Just as a fish cannot become a man.
And he's naked.
A man can never
Okay,
become a
maybe not.
true hero, no matter how hard he tries. Do you not know of the race that once ruled the entire world? They disappeared and left us trapped by hollow legends. Humans and dark beasts are nothing but pawns. In this game, we lose. To end this captivity, every last trace of the hero legend must be eradicated! Purged with fire!
I assume there's more to it. Like, he probably knows that the Forge is like a creature or something.
Take as many lives is necessary! I don't care!
I think I understand what Drell, no, his puppet master, Vorden, is after. You know, I've never seen these true humans he was blathering on about. Does that mean this superior race disappeared before I took the throne? If so, they've been gone 1,000 years at least. To think this tome is one of the remnants of the hero's legend. The Book of Toa. I had to use my unending shadow to block out the light. Otherwise, that and the heat would have destroyed my eyes. And the second I focused on the relic, the forge itself disappeared. It was clear to me that this singular item is the master of the forge. Is this tome's existence the cause for Alicia's quest to vanquish me? The catalyst for a world at war, and the reason...
Like, I think I mentioned this, like, pretty early on in the show, that it kind of reminds me of, like, a D&D adventure. And, I mean, this is just straight up, like, again, gives me just a whole insane D&D vibe. You know, like this forge that everyone's fighting over, and you finally get to, and you find out it's some sort of magical book, a book that is so powerful that the mere presence of it creates almost like a forge that incinerates everything. Whatever power this book holds, the knowledge in this book must be incredibly powerful. Might hold the truth of the universe or something, you know? It just immediately gives me a D&D vibe.
Ash. Is it because of this thing that I leveled the castle and was motivated to destroy every facet of mankind? Meaningless. Completely meaningless. I did not inherit the memories of the last Lord of Dark Beasts, but I would imagine the position of Lord and the role of Guardian exists to deal with the absurd legend of the long-vanished race. Birth, fate, none of these mattered. They're all meaningless. It seems the world is gray.
Like, just to throw an idea off the top of my head, way back in the past, humans were very advanced, but due to their technologies and advancements, they almost killed themselves. And so, in their infinite wisdom, they created the dark beasts, or maybe they almost killed themselves. And then with the last vestiges of humanity, they created the dark beasts to essentially prevent humanity from spreading. Maybe they sealed themselves off into some small corner of the world, created the dark beasts to, and then maybe gave them some sort of, I don't know, instinct to guard the borders of humanity so that humanity wouldn't spread, and then potentially kill themselves in the future again.
If, as they claim, this world was indeed born from chaos, then surely so was I. Whose words fell out of my mouth? Were they mine? Who knows? Perhaps I was just entertaining myself. If everything's not as it seems, why am I carrying this monkey child with me? I'm done with destroying mankind. I don't care about the Book of Toa. I'm returning home to my mountain. I was hoping something would change. I should have known better.
Oh. If he actually leaves, which is like, oh, dude, because the first thing I think of here is there's no way he's gonna leave, right? He's gonna change his mind, he's gonna turn around, and you know, because that's what normally would happen in these sorts of anime, in these sorts of stories with anime. But if he actually just leaves and doesn't give a shit, that's unexpected. That is good. That is something that I haven't really seen, or something that I didn't expect. Whenever a character does something that I don't really expect, or especially in anime, when they do something that I don't expect or or, you know, something that isn't kind of more of the same, you know, the exact thing that you would expect from the progression of the story. Every time something like that happens, I'm like very excited. Book of Toa, whatever that means, whatever that is. Clearly, there's a lot going on here. We have the book, we have this guy, Drell, with this creature inside of him, probably one of the, you know, or I think it's confirmed already that it is one of the Beast Lords. Then there's the original humans, ancient humans. Where did the beasts come from? Clearly, like, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions. I'd also imagine that after this fight, you know, the princess and this guy, the soldier guy, are probably gonna know about her Dark Acre or her revival abilities, I guess, once they see that her hand is back. Regardless, that was episode 11 of Clevatess. Very good episode. I can't wait to see what happens in the last episode. Again, unfortunately, we are in a situation where there's literally no fucking way that they're going to be able to finish the story in one episode. So, most likely, they're going to set up for season 2, which may or may not even ever come. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've gotten so fucking tired of this already. This seasonal bullshit, this thing where they essentially use anime as an advertisement for the source material. I just, in my opinion, they shouldn't start adapting manga or anything into anime if the source material is not finished. Period. And then once they do, they have to finish it. Or it should be already greenlit that they're gonna do every season until it's finished. That should be the law. Literally. And if you don't follow the law, you get shot. Enough said. That was episode 11. And until next time, I shall bid you adieu, ladies and gentlemen.